One in check now! Little low.
2026 has already delivered some seriously entertaining action movies, giving fans plenty of exciting films to choose from. From massive superhero battles and intense revenge stories to brutal thrillers, high-stakes survival, and action-packed international cinema, this year has offered a wide variety of adrenaline-filled entertainment. But with so many movies being released, which ones are actually worth watching? Because not every action movie manages to leave a lasting impression. Some have big explosions and impressive visuals, but the best ones offer much more. They combine exciting action with memorable characters, intense stories, creative fight scenes, and moments that keep you on the edge of your seat. And that's exactly what we are looking at today. In this video, we are counting down the top 5 best new action movies of 2026. These are the films that have delivered some of the most exciting, intense, and entertaining action of the year so far. Whether you enjoy superheroes, revenge stories, crime thrillers, survival adventures, or international action films, there's something here for every action fan. For each movie, we'll take a closer look at what the story is about, what makes the action stand out, and why it deserves a place on this list. We'll be looking at everything from brutal hand-to-hand fights and dangerous missions to explosive set pieces and high stakes moments that make these movies worth checking out. So, if you're looking for your next action movie to watch, or simply want to know which films are making the biggest impact this year, make sure you stay until the end. So grab some popcorn, sit back, and let's jump straight into the top 5 best new action movies of 2026. So, without wasting any more time, let's get started. Number 5. The End of Oak Street. The story begins with the Platt family living an ordinary suburban life on Oak Street. Denise and Greg, along with their children, are suddenly confronted with something completely impossible. A mysterious cosmic event tears their entire neighborhood away from its normal surroundings and transports it to an unknown prehistoric environment. At first, the family has no idea where they are or what has happened, but they quickly discover that their new surroundings are filled with dangers that should not exist in their world. Dinosaurs begin appearing, turning what was once a familiar neighborhood into a fight for survival. Now the family has to stay together, understand their strange new environment, and find a way to survive while facing creatures far more powerful than anything they have ever encountered. What starts as an ordinary family story quickly becomes a prehistoric survival adventure, with the Platts realizing that sticking together may be their only chance of making it out alive. Number 4. Motor City. Set in 1970s Detroit, Motor City follows John Miller, a man whose life is destroyed after he becomes involved with a girlfriend of a powerful local gangster. The gangster retaliates by framing John for a crime he didn't commit, sending him to prison. After spending years behind bars, John finally gets out. But he isn't the same man who went in. He has lost his freedom, his future, and the life he once imagined for himself. Now he has one thing on his mind: revenge. John begins moving through Detroit with a single purpose: going after the people responsible for destroying his life. But revenge comes with its own consequences, and every step brings him closer to a violent confrontation with the people who originally framed him. Played by Alan Ritchson, John becomes a relentless figure moving through a dangerous world of criminals, violence, and betrayal. The movie takes a deliberately stylized approach to its revenge story, giving this familiar premise a much more unusual visual identity. Number 3. Khalifa. A young man pulled into the dangerous world of gold smuggling, power, and family legacy. As powerful enemies close in, he must fight to survive while uncovering the truth behind his family's past. Starring Prithviraj Sukumaran and featuring Mohanlal, Khalifa is a stylish action crime thriller packed with intense fights, danger, and high-stakes revenge. Number 2. Mutiny. Mutiny follows Cole Reed, a former Special Forces operative and former New York police officer who now works in private security. His life changes when his billionaire employer and friend, Tibu, is murdered. But Cole doesn't simply become a witness to the murder. He is framed for the crime and suddenly finds himself fighting to prove that he isn't responsible. With powerful people working against him, Cole begins investigating what really happened. His search leads him into an international conspiracy involving the people surrounding his former employer. As the situation becomes more dangerous, Cole has to rely on his military and police experience to stay alive. The investigation eventually takes him onto a cargo ship, where escaping the people hunting him becomes just as important as discovering the truth. Number 1. Spider-Man. Brand New Day. 4 years after Doctor Strange's spell caused the world to forget Peter Parker, Peter is living a very different life. Nobody remembers who he is, including the people who were once closest to him. Instead of trying to rebuild his old life, Peter chooses to continue protecting New York as Spider-Man. But being completely alone begins to take a toll on him. Peter has become more isolated, while his life as Spider-Man becomes increasingly dangerous. Then a powerful new threat emerges, forcing Peter into a much bigger fight. At the same time, something strange begins happening to his powers, creating a new problem that he doesn't completely understand. Peter now has to figure out what is happening to him while dealing with a dangerous enemy and trying to protect the city. This new chapter pushes Tom Holland's Spider-Man into a more independent, street-level story, while bringing characters such as Frank Castle and Bruce Banner into the wider conflict. And that's what makes Brand New Day such a strong choice for number 1. Peter isn't simply fighting another villain. He's trying to figure out who he is when the world has forgotten the person behind the mask. And those are my top 5 best new action movies of 2026. But now I want to hear from you. Which action movie deserves the number 1 spot? Did we rank your favorite too low? Or is there another new action movie that should have made this list? Let me know your ranking in the comments. And if you enjoy action movies, movie rankings and recommendations, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next countdown.